Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on Alexis University. This success series will be a little bit different. I sat down and talked to 14 different millennials about their journey to success. Each week, we will bring you their interviews, so make sure you stay tuned.
My name is Clemons Poindexter the fourth, and I am a professional drummer musician. There we go.
Okay. And did you go to school for that, or what prepared you for life as a professional musician?
It was kind of both. Come from a musical family, and then so that was kind of already instilled in me. Then schooling, so high school, of course, which is how we met. High school helped, and then I did a little bit of college, and then I got up out of there and just continued on from there. Yeah.
And so do you think that you wish you would have stayed in college, or do you think that right now you're in a place where it's like, no?
Nah, I'm good where I'm at.
I mean, that's your story. That's your journey.
Yeah. Cause for what I'm doing, I don't think I needed school for real. Even though high school definitely helped. High school helped, but by the time I got to college, they couldn't teach me anything else. So I was just wasting money and going downtown for no reason. So I don't miss it at all. But the connections and the networking I did in college definitely were very valuable. So I wish I could have made more of those. But other than that, college was just okay.
Okay, and so
it maybe could have.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say maybe it would have been different if I would have left, because I didn't leave. I just only went downtown to Columbia. So maybe my college experience would have been different had I gone out of state or somewhere else. But going downtown, nah.
So what is life like as a professional musician? Because essentially you're kind of like an entrepreneur, or would you consider yourself an entrepreneur? So what about people who are like you, they went to high school and they're on the fence about going to college and just kind of jumpstarting their career? What would you say to them?
I would say to them, do what works for you, because not everybody's path is the same. My path is different from the next person. Your path is different from the next person. So some people may need the college aspect of things and some don't. So I say you do whatever works for you. I didn't school was cool for me. I liked school a little bit, but to keep going for extra years and extra years and extra years, no, I couldn't do that. So, but if some people like school, so if you like school, by all means, go for it. And even if you don't go to school, you can do lessons, you can do online stuff. Especially now, we can't see people no way. So, if that's what you want to do, go for it. If not, don't let it deter you, because you definitely don't need college to get a job these days, especially in my profession. It looks good to some people, depending on what the gig is, but most of the time, you don't really need college for what we do. Second part was, what's the life of?
What is life like as a musician?
Keeping a bag packed, small toiletries, and playing itineraries, passport, time zones, not sleeping, different cities every other day. But it's cool. Missing your family, making good money, seeing the world. There's a bunch of ups and downs of what I do.
What do you think your favorite thing about being a musician?
Traveling and seeing different people and different cities every day. That's my favorite part. Besides my favorite part being playing, because my passion is music and playing, but as far as my favorite part of this job is the touring aspect. So seeing different people, whether I know them or whether I don't know them, and seeing how music and these concerts bring all walks of life together. That's my favorite part.
If you can go back and change anything about life, what would you change? Would you have even gone to college to begin with, or would you have gone straight to being a professional musician?
I don't think I would change it. I wish I think the things I would have changed are out of my control, but I don't think I would have changed anything. I think I was supposed to, even though I didn't want to go, I think I was still supposed to go to college just for that little while to get what because I still learned a little bit while I was there. I didn't like completely waste money. So the networking, like I said, the networking was good. And then being able to learn the city, because then I was downtown almost every day. So that was cool. Would I change anything? I should have took it more serious quicker than I did. That's what I think I would have changed. Of course, I was younger, so I was like, this is gonna be cool. Everything's gonna be okay. And then as soon as I started getting older, life started hitting, things started changing, weight started changing, hair started changing, everything started changing. So I think if I would have just made smarter decisions, whether it was money wise, studying wise, personal wise, family wise, I think if I would have just took that time a little bit more serious before I started, I think that would have helped me anyways. But I was excited, loose, running all over the place, doing whatever, trying to live like I was being like every young person was. So, but I don't regret anything though. Like I would change it, but I don't regret it.
What do you think prepared you for the life that you have now?
Whoa, what do I think prepared? I think what prepared me for the life I live now is actually being in this life. I feel like I learned more doing it or during it, whatever one you want to call it. I learned more doing the actual act than like the going to college or the studying from home or whatever. So I think the going to the different countries or the going to the different airports or the working with the different artists or the different people, I think all of those things and doing all of those things helped get me where I am now, because I learned what to do. I learned what not to do, whether it's personally or from other people. And then I see what keeps people working. I see what keeps people going home, like missing flights, being intoxicated all the time, like learning that stuff not to do. So I feel like just having the actual experiences helped me during that. Because college, they teach you the technical side of things and their own personal experience. But I think in life in general, you just got to learn stuff for yourself, whether it's a good way or a bad way, because it always takes like that one bad thing for you to be like, all right, I need to get it together.
Right.
So I think you going through the experiences helped anything. So me going through all the stuff I went through, whether it was being broke or not working at all, or even this pandemic, like this pandemic has definitely made me go through the experiences, especially dealing with myself, because I was, trying to distract myself while I was working or when the world was open. So I feel like, now I have to make new experiences, I guess, from home instead of being on the road or in other countries or whatever. So yeah, the experiences.
And then as far as like saving and finances go, how should people prepare for something like this?
How should you prepare for this, like this life or this pandemic or just in general?
I would say the pandemic, like, because as an entrepreneur, I don't want to say you don't know where your next paycheck is coming from, but I feel like, and this could be ignorance on my part, but your paycheck is based off how many performances you have. So I guess just as an entrepreneur in general, how can you prepare if another pandemic was to happen, or just in general?
Just say like another pandemic is gonna happen. Cause like even for me, I don't shop. I'm not gonna say I don't shop, but I take care of necessities first, and then we see what's left over, and then save that. Then I see what's left over again, and then we go from there. So I say just always save, like it is a pandemic coming, because like you can spend all your money, but you got all these clothes, all these shoes, and now we don't have nowhere to go. So now what you gonna do with them?
All right.
So yeah, just say like I think just say like there's still like, because like you said, you don't know where the next paycheck is coming from. Even though sometimes you do, depending on situation, of course, there's people that are on salary or they get retainers, or if you're touring all the time, then that's always consistent money as well. So I say just always save, because anything can happen. whether it's a pandemic, whether you get fired, whether you get hurt, anything can happen. So I say just always just be prepared in general. Whether you want to be a plumber, musician, everybody, you just need to save. Period, because it's always something. Just like the old folks used to say, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So you just need to save. You got to save just in general. I'm not the best with it, but I'm not the worst with it as well. So I just say just at least try to just be prepared if you can. So just save in general. You save too.
What was the determining factor on whether you was going to stay in school or drop out?
The determining factor was the fact that the schools in general have so many times you can miss, I guess, before they start not excusing it. So the determining factor for college was I started missing so many classes that my teachers started like downgrading my grade, even though I was doing all the homework, passing all the tests and all that stuff. But because I was missing so much from traveling or working or whatever, they started failing me essentially. So I'm like, I'm not going to keep paying money, missing money, and you failing me. So I said, this not it. So I stopped going. I started, I guess, doing professional musicianship as full time. And I did like a side job with my family during that time. But because my teachers were failing me and not understanding whether it was because of the school or because of them, like, I didn't like the fact that if y'all say y'all trying to teach us to do what y'all essentially did to get where y'all at, then why are y'all still failing us for doing what we want to do? Now, if I was just blowing it off and not just coming in general, then cool. Which I'm sure some people have ruined that for us because they really don't go to class. But
Right.
For the other people that actually do go to class and do the homework and stuff, I didn't think it was fair or smart to just fail us because I'm not here. But, that's not up to me. So that was the determining factor, which is why I didn't finish Columbia. But I finished paying my loans off early, so I'm happy about that.
Do you think that you disappointed anybody by not finishing school?
Nope.
And did that even cross your mind, or did you even care if you did?
No, it didn't cross my mind because I knew I wasn't going to disappoint anybody, because anybody that's close to me know that what I'm doing now is what I want to do. So I don't think they were disappointed. They didn't want me to be a lazy bum. So, which is essentially why my mom was like, you either go on to school or you getting a job. So I didn't think I was disappointing anybody. If anything, I was relieving everybody so we didn't have to go through what we was going through, like I said, paying all them bills and whatnot. So I think dropping out was probably the best decision I made. What you think? Yeah, it was probably the best decision. Yeah, so I don't think I disappointed anybody. I didn't disappoint myself because I still feel like in that short time I still learned and did what I needed to do and got it out the way essentially, and now here we are. So because I don't think she disappointed. My mom not disappointed because she get to travel with us, so she good.
So what was your journey like getting to play for Khalid?
All right, cool. Playing for Khalid. So I'm originally from Chicago. I don't think we said that. I'm originally from Chicago, and I got to a point where I felt like I was running out of things to do in Chicago. So I was like, I need to go somewhere. And the usually when musicians feel that way, they usually go to LA, New York, Atlanta, or Texas. I do not like New York. Definitely won't fit in Atlanta because Atlanta is Atlanta, and Texas is just Texas. So I decided I want to move to LA because I have friends out there. Everybody's saying this is where you go. This is a city of dreams. So I'm like, all right, cool. I want a new start. I want a fresh start or whatever. And so that was my journey getting there. And so at the top of 2017, I decided I was going to move January 12th. But I found out about the Khalid auditions on Instagram. People were posting like a flyer or a post or whatever, like if you're interested, blah, 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 and such, saying this email here, your resume, and a video and whatever else. So I did that. Got an email back maybe a couple days later saying, like, if you're interested, please be in LA by this date, learn these songs, yada, yada, yada. So I got the email that Tuesday. So I guess that will be like January 6th or 7th, saying if you come to LA, you can by Thursday, so 2 days from now, do the audition. Exactly. We would like that. So I'm like, man, now I went from a week to pack up and leave to 2 days.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can do that or whatever. And then my brother was like, just do it. So I found a flight on like, what is it, Hopper or something like that?
That's
whatever the cheap flight site is. Yeah. I found me a cheap flight to leave that. I got the email Tuesday. I left Wednesday. I had to learn 3 songs, and the audition was Thursday. So I packed all my stuff up in like a couple hours, put everything in my car, got that all taken care of because I got my car shipped to LA too.
Okay.
So I got my car shipped to LA and all that stuff. So long story short, got to LA, did the audition that Thursday. It was 30 drummers, and we started at like 10:30 in the morning, and we went all day. I made it to the first call back. They was like, all right, cool, we're gonna come back and play again. Made it to the second call back. I was like, all right, okay. So it went from 30 to 15. Right, it went from 30 drummers to 15 drummers to 5 drummers. And then I made another call back. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So we did that. I played the last, I guess my last audition. I left. They text me like, yo, can you come back up here? I'm like, all right, cool. So this was Thursday. This was like the 8th or the 9th. I came back. They was like, yo, the gig is yours if you want it. I'm like, for real? They're like, yeah. I said, okay. They was like, all right, rehearsal is tomorrow. Be here at 10.
Like, wait a minute. So, I gotta digest.
Exactly. But look at this. Rehearsal was that Friday and Saturday. Tour started Tuesday. So wow. As soon as I got to LA, I left.
Wow.
And the rest is history.
Wow.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So from Tuesday to Tuesday, you moved to LA, got a job, auditioned for a job, got the job, started tour.
Yeah.
Wow.
And here we are, 2020. Same situation. And I almost didn't do it. That's the crazy thing. Like, especially trying to hurry up and pack and find flights, because flights not cheap to LA because it's all the way on the other side. And right. So I almost didn't do it. But exactly. But I took that leap of faith, which is what I've been living off of anyways. I took that leap of faith, and it's been paying off. So my mom, you are so trash. I didn't even know you were down.
What'd she say? Hallelujah.
Yes.
Sometimes you gotta shout just because because you remember that time when you was like, I don't know if this gonna work out.
Yeah, I definitely had a few of those times for sure. But yeah, that's my my journey to Khalid.
Do you think
we've been riding the journey ever since?
Do you think if you didn't catch that flight to LA, you would have been able to have that opportunity, or would you have been looking for other opportunities? Like, what you say you were moving to LA, but what were you gonna do once you got there? Just figure it out?
Yeah, so I was moving to LA regardless, because like I said, I had a ticket already to leave January 12th.
Gotcha.
I just so happened to be going on tour. I mean, well, not even going on tour. I just had to go a week early because of the audition. So, but I was gonna go regardless. So even if I didn't get it, like, that's what I was telling myself the whole process too. I'm like, if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. If not, I'm still gonna be okay regardless.
Right.
And that's all I kept telling myself the whole audition process. So I think I still would have went anyways. And LA it's huge. So even if I didn't get this, it still would have been something else that I could have auditioned for, or it could have been a church I played for, or it could have been a club or something. Like, I would have done whatever I had to do. And I was gonna come out here anyways. I was excited to be in LA. I didn't have to deal with cold weather no more, no more snow. I can wear shorts all year round if I wanted to. So I was hype about it, but I was gonna be smart about it too, because I told myself, if by my birthday, if I didn't have anything going, I was gonna come back home to Chicago. And my birthday is in March, so that's essentially 3 months. So I gave myself 3 months, because I didn't want to go out there struggling or like doing stuff that I didn't need to do if I could be at home and be okay and do whatever I need to do. So I said, if you don't have nothing by March, you go home. And
Look at God.
yeah. So that's how that went.
What do you think is next for you? Do you think that you'll continue to, play for Khalid forever? What do you think is next? Or like, what do you want to be next?
Next. Longevity in the industry. Yeah, I'm definitely still young, only 26. Longevity in this industry is very rare, depending on the artist. So, as in regards to playing for Khalid forever, I don't want to say I want to play for him forever, but if I did play for him forever, it wouldn't be a bad thing, because that means I'm going to, wherever he goes, I'm going too. So it's big, and I'm gonna be cool. So, but in regards to like, now I gotta get my words together. Dang, you got me thinking now.
Like, what is a long-term goal for you?
Long-term goal is not having to worry about anything. So if it involves me touring even though I don't want to tour for the rest of my life, but this is what I want to do. I just want to do it on a greater scale. And also, I feel like, even though my patience is very thin, I feel like I'm going to end up being a teacher of some sort, even though I don't think I should do that.
I think you should.
I don't know. My patience is very, very short, and I'm very, very blunt, and that gets me in trouble sometimes. So
but
the Lord is still working on me in regards to that. Yeah.
Students, they need people like you. They need people like you.
Yeah. So I think that'll be next. I definitely want to have some property in my name by the time I'm 30. So I'm trying to work on that. That's 4 years from now. So there's a lot of things I want to do. So yeah, property and probably teaching and not worrying. Like, I don't want to worry. I spent so much of my life worrying and all that stuff. I don't want to have to worry about nothing no more. Like financially, my job, mentally, nothing. So that's what I want. I don't know how we're gonna get there, but that's what I want.
Okay. Are there any last words of wisdoms you have for anybody who is watching this video?
Yeah, don't give up and don't listen to other people. Like, do what you need to do for you, and that's it. Like, only worry about you. Figure out what works for you, what's gonna keep you, what's gonna make you happy, and that's it.
That's been a common theme along this interview.
For sure.
When people is do what's best for you,
because it's true.
Our parents' generation, they kind of did what's best for their parents, whereas millennials are like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yep. Because we spent our whole lives having people tell us what to do, according to them, anyways, and that don't, like I said, that don't work for everybody. So I feel like I said, you need to do what's best for you and do you, and have a relationship with God.
That's important.
That's the whole other
sermon.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that. But yeah, that's what I would say. People, do what's best for you, and don't give up on you.
Don't give up
ever.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on Alexis University. This was a pleasure to talk to you. I'm sure some entrepreneur, some young magician is watching this video like, I'm going to be the next Clemons Poindexter. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you for having me. This is dope. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's next with all of this. So thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's Success Series. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to get alerted for the next video.